What's happening, everybody, and welcome back to Streamcast, the show on the internet who watch the latest and greatest stuff on streaming services with you guys. I'm one of your hosts, Eddie, who is dangerously close to pouring this over my laptop, along with your bro, the inverted gamer himself, Sheps. How's it going?
It's going good. I was going to say, don't worry, it's a business expense, but our business doesn't make anywhere near enough money to cover that laptop.
It really doesn't. Oh my god, there's a piece of, like the plastic you have for your ice cubes? Yeah. It's in my
That's
drink.
why these guys tuned in to find it. I know, most popular segment, interior decorating. We actually do have updates for you.
We do.
What if Killmonger saved Tony Stark?
That is the topic of this episode right here.
Streamcast,
Streamcast today, brought to you by some amazing people.
That's right.
Over on patreon.com/Conversations. Do you like these people at all?
I mean, I'm contractually obliged to tolerate them.
You
don't always love everybody you do business with.
That's true. That is true. Exactly.
Business. But I am a suit, and I will follow through on all contractual obligations.
Exactly.
It's a good thing these guys aren't on the $69 tier. Nice. Because otherwise...
The higher up you go, the worse it is. So the $69 tier would be utter just
carnage.
Exactly.
But also there are some very dark obligations in there. I'm just lonely and waiting for someone, okay?
Someone save him. Those people at the Super Bro tier who support us at the $15 tier, you legends, yourselves, you Super Bros, are Diogo Dildo, Isak the Ultimate Cumsok, Carol to Rivia, AK Casper the Friendly Patron, Record Friction, Jeremy Renner, that's right, an official Avenger, Martin Scorsese's Master H Bart 12, the Super Sus Ben Fryer, the Star Wars Encyclopedia Adam Sunling, the Filthy FIFA Fanatic Joe McCormack, my Juicy Left Nut, the Super Sexy Producer Sean, and Kevin, the number one.
Oh, no.
It's all ruined. No pause for anyone.
There goes the joke.
Of Xbox. Thank you guys so much for keeping the lights and mics on and the streaming services going here at Streamcast.
That's right.
So yeah, today we're going to be talking about episode 6 of What If.
Yep.
4 more episodes after this. How did you feel about What If Killmonger rescued Tony Stark?
From the title,
yes,
and I was kind of excited about this. I was like, oh shit, it's what if Killmonger was a good guy?
Yeah.
And then that basically takes out like 3 of the Avengers, because he's cooler than Black Widow, then Hawkeye, and I forget who the other one is. There's somebody else
the other ones, yeah.
I'm like, oh shit, it's an Avenger thing. This is going to be sick. And it didn't go that way. I have to say, I did quite enjoy it. I feel like they made Killmonger way smarter.
Oh, yeah.
Way smarter than he really was.
Bruv, I engineered this thing in MIT.
Oh my God.
I can hack Jarvis. I can do whatever I need to do.
And then
he was locked in a room somehow. He managed to get out. I don't know if there was any interfaces.
You have like Tony Stark over here playing 4D chess while Killmonger's over there playing Monopoly. Right? Like, so other than that, though, I did quite enjoy it. It wasn't... I still think the Doctor Strange episode is by far the best one.
Yeah.
But it was cool to see a movie that told an entirely brand new story.
Right.
We still hit a couple of beats, like going to Glore and like doing the arms deal and stuff like that. But it was pretty good. It was pretty good.
I'm gonna say something quite shocking.
Yeah?
I did not like this episode.
Really?
Actually, really didn't like it. I didn't like how the ending was awful. First of all, I didn't really like how it went to this peak, and I was like, "What's gonna happen next?"
So
and then it just ended.
Yeah,
and I was
we
like,
don't get part 2s in this, so it's just over. Yeah.
And it wasn't like the Thanos tease thing with the Infinity, with the Infinity Gauntlet. It wasn't that. It was just,
it just stops.
I didn't like you said, like this could have been a moment where they changed stuff for the better.
Yeah.
And told a different story, where essentially it was just Killmonger trying to do the exact same thing, which was try to go back to Wakanda and take over and rule Wakanda.
Pretty much.
I presume after that big battle, it was just like, he will be the next king, because he is the Black Panther now.
Right, he's the Black Panther, he's the king's brother, and there's no male heir, and all that stuff, yeah.
And he completely took the kinghood, the Black Panther hood, by force. It was a bad story. It was a story of a villain finishing being a villain, and there was no good triumph afterwards. There was no, hey, this is the reason why, this is what's going to happen now that he's with all this power. I was just like, this was a pointless story. This is fucking great. It was great to have Chadwick Boseman back.
That was very cool.
Maybe it's because he passed and we were feeling
also,
this way, but I loved hearing his voice again.
I totally agree. My biggest problem actually in the whole thing, because I don't necessarily mind the good triumphs over evil thing, because we didn't get that with the Doctor Strange episode, right?
But he had a remorse at the end.
He did. We did have a lot of character growth. There was no character growth whatsoever in this. However, it was a new story. There were like troubles and stuff, and it was sort of a villain story. My biggest beef is just how quickly he took out Black Panther.
Yeah.
He's just like, oh, Black Panther, oh, now you're dead because I need you dead.
Yeah. He just took out an entire room without even being seen.
It's the Black Panther. It's not just the Black Panther who, on his own, T'Challa is Captain America, functionally.
Yeah.
In the full vibranium suit, he's
almost indestructible.
He's Captain America in the Iron Man suit. Basically, right?
Yeah.
Without the laser beams and flight.
Yeah.
That
with a more indestructible Iron Man suit. Because Iron Man suit's destructible.
Right.
Vibranium
he's
not so much.
Vibranium weave. Like Black Panther is not to be messed with by anyone. So, like that bugged me a lot. And there were a few like very convenient things, like Tony just so happened to have Jarvis scan the whole room somehow, even though there was no Jarvis tech there.
That was another thing. I was like, so how did Jarvis see that?
Yeah. So I'm with you. I found it like enjoyable in a way that another one with T'Challa, like the T'Challa Star-Lord one.
Yeah.
Well, that had some incredible bits. I think they're almost horseshoe opposites, where this one had some really terrible bits, but overall I didn't mind it so much, and the other one had some amazing bits. But
overall.
Because T'Challa got no growth, and in this it didn't matter so much that I felt it didn't matter that Killmonger had... Please tell me we're recording.
Yeah, we're recording, don't worry.
Oh, thank God.
I was like, did I hit the button?
I didn't feel like it mattered so much that Killmonger didn't get any growth because we were watching a villain's plans unfold.
I guess.
I did find it to be an issue that he's just like a one-man army. His plans always go through.
Yeah.
He's always in the right spot. Like, he's planned every single move, and I would have liked to have seen the heroes give the villain a stumbling block or two. And in the end, everything just plays out exactly as he wanted, and that's a bit boring.
Exactly.
But I didn't mind watching it. It was kind of enjoyable.
I was turned off by then. Maybe it was the ending so abruptly.
Oh, it sucked. The ending was awful.
There was
Garbage.
like one moment as well where like it's I don't know what her name is, but the mother like kills one of the robots and probably, and there's like, for T'Challa, and she's like weeping, and I was like, for a moment I was like, I felt some goosebumps there.
Yeah.
And then 6 seconds later it's just the end of the fucking thing. I'm like, what?
It did feel like if the play was to get into Wakanda and become the Black Panther, that there were about 19 steps that did not need to happen.
Yeah.
And that he could have achieved the whole... Because, let's be honest, Killmonger has a chip on his shoulder about being black and stuff, right? Which I totally get. Personally, I feel like they probably shouldn't have touched on it because... Genuinely, because... Falcon and the Winter Soldier did the whole like being black and a hero and stuff in America so incredibly well.
Yeah.
That didn't need to be done because it was just gonna... It just felt a bit preachy almost.
Also, it's bad when you do it with a villain as well, because then it shows that if you are... Well, maybe that's the point they're trying to drive. If you really focus on
if you just
your
focus
skin
on
color
race and stuff,
and you don't focus on being better and doing better and being the best that you can be, which everyone is capable of, then you become a villain. Like, maybe that's what it is.
I guess.
Maybe.
I totally get what you're saying about it. It felt a bit pointless because it feels like Killmonger's goal is to sort of take control of Wakanda so that he can fuck Wakanda over because they messed with his dad, and then basically do over the US because of slavery and stuff, right? And if that's what his goal is, going all that way with Stark is like, you could have just turned up, bruh.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I do feel you.
Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about this episode so everyone can hear how the episode unfolds. Because so far we're talking about something that they don't know about.
Yeah, that's right. It hasn't aired yet.
It hasn't aired yet.
Only we've seen it.
Exactly. We're getting the live feed right now. That's the way
we're watching it right now.
So it opens up. We're back in Afghanistan.
Oh God!
With the attack because we just left Afghanistan, and the attack on Stark is happening again,
It's
like in Iron
Iron Man
Man
1.
1. Yeah, all the way back to the
No
beginning.
gang
boys.
signs. No, I'm just kidding. Throw it out.
Just did you hate the voice of Tony as much as I did?
So bad.
So terrible, so terrible.
I really hope that wasn't RDJ. I'm pretty sure.
I don't think it was. It's short because I think he's also done with the MCU in general, and also it'd be like, cool, no problem. You want 3 lines? That's going to be $14 million per line.
Also, of everybody, Tony got the perfect end,
Yes.
and you can't beat that amazing arc. Ignoring Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
That didn't happen.
Didn't happen. All of the
You
little
can't
kid. Don't worry about that
Right.
kid.
You can't get such an amazing arc and end it that way and then be like, yeah, cool, I'll come back for 3 lines that entirely delete that
Everything I've done.
right. No.
Anyway, he has that. The bombs start flying. They get ambushed by something. Same things unfold. The soldiers go out, get killed immediately. He goes out. He pulls out his phone to call like he does in Iron Man 1. A Stark missile just lands right next to him. It's about to blow up, but somebody grabs it, just fucking throws it. That's how missiles work, guys. Just so you know.
Missiles work, and also, like, I don't know how heavy they are, but I'm guessing pretty heavy. They need rockets to move them.
Yeah, they have explosives in them.
And this is the thing as well. Is Killmonger a super soldier? Because it kind of feels like he needs to be.
It's like, this guy deserves to be in the NFL. Damn, he's got the fucking right arm right there. Jesus.
Right.
He throws that thing so far that the explosion goes off and nothing happens to them.
Yeah,
they're
they're
like,
fine.
no problem.
Right.
I saved you. Essentially deleting Iron Man at that
Yeah.
point because the Watcher comes in and he goes, heroes aren't forged from good actions. They're forged from dark times and dark places and suffering and whatnot. And it shows like him trying to forge his first Iron Man suit in the cave and whatnot. And that never happens.
Right.
He gets sent back to America, and he says,
It's that
like,
press conference.
It's that press conference, except he's very full of it. And he's like,
Oh, he's
you
learned
know,
0 lessons.
No, I didn't learn anything from this. It's like, did you experience anything? Did you learn anything from this? It's like, well, they dropped a bottle of my scotch as an 18-year-old.
I'm pretty sure that's
so-and-so.
a war crime, which
Pretty sure.
that was funny. That is a very good bottle of
line.
scotch. Although he's a billionaire.
Exactly.
I feel like I can get more. And then, obviously, not learning any lessons. He's like, what we did that didn't work, we need to double down.
Bigger!
More of what didn't work
More!
will make it work.
More will work. Excessive force is always the answer
If
to
at
everything.
first you don't succeed, excessive force is what you need.
Exactly.
Exactly.
He says we're going to go even bigger and badder, and that's why also effective immediately I've appointed, and I don't know his name, so I'm going to call him Killmonger.
Eric something.
It would be really bad at a press conference. Killmonger, come in here. You're my new associate right here.
Right.
Killmonger? Is that
You keep where you kill, Riddick. Every time I hear his name, I just think of those guys. So, I'm sorry.
He goes, yeah, you're the new head of security.
Yeah.
Happy, obviously, really pissed off. That was my promotion and whatnot, something like that. He was the 4th head of security. That was a good joke.
That was a good joke. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so he's like, okay, he's the new head of security. Obadiah Stane comes in, is like, Tony's back. Oh, is that so great?
Right.
Isn't that so great? It's like, and then one of the people asks a question and thinks, so it's like,
How did you know? Because you were based like 600 clicks away.
How did you know?
Yeah, and then I think he even says, are you suggesting that I had like forewarning prior knowledge of this attack? Because if you are, you'd be totally right.
Yes.
And I did, and that's why I was there. And he was like, what?
Here's all the evidence. I intercepted an attack that was going to be on Tony Stark.
Right.
And he
I
goes,
got it because of this guy. Obadiah, whatever his name is.
Obadiah Stane, Tony.
Tony.
You know, when he's in that surge, Tony. Ah!
It's so bad. It's so bad.
terrible.
Do you know what?
Yeah, and he does the
I'm
typical-
sorry, we got to address this.
Go
The
on.
Iron Man movies are all garbage. I love one. I love one so much.
Let me do my hot take gif.
You're right.
Hot
Just
take.
sprinkling Iron Mans and shit. Iron Man 1 is the best of the bunch. It kicked off real superhero movies.
Yes.
It is still garbage. I love it to bits.
It's good garbage.
It's good
That's what it
garbage. It's good
is.
garbage.
Yeah. It's
And-
like
and-
Green Lantern. Good garbage.
And I do mean better than like Demolition Man garbage.
Yeah.
It's not the same kind of garbage, but it's not good, but it is great.
yeah.
2 and 3 suck so bad. So bad. Oh my god.
I'm sorry. I will not have any. Is it 2 or is it 3?
Which one?
Which one's
2's
the one?
with the laser whips. 3's with
No.
Pepper Pops going fire.
3.
mutant.
What? How dare you say 3 is garbage? It had a dude that breathes fire at Don Cheadle. He breathes fire.
That's a solid point.
And the way he addresses it, oh, so you breathe fire now, yeah? Okay, all right.
I mean, that is actually pretty perfect. Never mind. 2 is not good.
And it's like, how do you shoot a light bulb with that range? You can't shoot it, bang.
2
Come
is
on.
not good.
2 is not good, I'll accept that.
And Iron Man, his best performances are in the Avengers, but it is incredible. I just wanted to get off my chest because I love Iron Man. I love the movies.
You're going to get roasted
But
in the
that-
comment
I don't
section.
care. You're all wrong.
They're
You're
going to be
all
like,
wrong.
it's a Sheps grill tonight, boys.
The worst thing, right, we're going to go full. We're going to do it. Black Panther has got. I love Black Panther so much. The movie is so bad, and I'm sorry, but 3 Wakandans turning up in Seoul or wherever it is, like South Korea, you stick out. You can't do the James Bond jet setting thing.
All these people look exactly the same.
And then just straight up in the middle of a casino having just a conversation. Oh, so what's the CIA doing here? This illegal, bruv. T'Challa, please. What are you doing? You know the rules, and so do I.
That's a good one.
So I just wanted to get it off my chest because as much as I love him, I had to say it. And the Obadiah Stane impression, which was very good, set me off. It triggered me, man.
Listen, you can't have a thing against Black Panther, the movie, because after all, he doesn't freeze. I don't freeze.
That's right. He doesn't freeze.
Did he freeze? He freezed.
There's a freeze coming. Oh my god!
Now we're moving into Batman.
I'm in
guys.
cocaine mindset here. Like
First recording of the day. It's good. We've got a lot of energy.
I'm not even fully caffeinated yet. Pepper's pretty annoyed.
Pepper's pretty annoyed. She's like, oh my god, how can you do that? But then also, she's still suspicious of Killmonger.
Super suspicious.
She's like, sus. I'm calling a meeting. This guy did it. I'm very sus about this. But
also, Tony wants to give him another promotion.
Tony's like, you know what? Making you CFO, COO, unlimited O's. And he was like, what? You're going to make me a party guy? It's like, all I want to do is fight. All I want to do is like protect you and whatnot.
Yeah. I'm more of a soldier. And that sort of thing. Is like, well, between us then, we should get like... Because Tony's going full Ultron here.
Yes.
Except he hasn't figured out Ultron, so he's going Robo Army.
Yes. And he goes... Like, you're the perfect fit for it. Together, we'll be unstoppable.
And also, I looked up your records, and it turns out you're a mega genius who coded all this stuff in MIT. You're a kid, like,
yes.
Killmonger's a kid from the hood,
yes,
who like sort of knows he's Wakandan royalty,
yeah,
and then worked his way up in special forces.
yeah. The MIT thing is a bit strange.
Maybe that's in his backstory, but I
don't
don't
know.
think it is. I think he goes straight from like out of high school or wherever. Although, like the what is T'Challa's last name? The Wakandan royalty seem to be like mega geniuses. It's like runs in the family kind of thing.
Yeah.
Sort of like being a Skywalker. So he could just be Rey.
Could be.
I guess it's something like that.
Maybe. I mean, if it was like Wakandans are very like smart, they'd be like maybe they come up with advanced learning
not
techniques
like
and stuff like that.
Wakandan.
That's the thing. If it was Wakandans, then I'd be like, yeah, they're advanced civilization, so
make
maybe they've
sense.
figured. But he's never been there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's
whatever
very-
the reason is,
it's kind of confusing. Yeah.
it's just they were like, this guy's smart now. That's what we done.
This guy's smart now.
They go downstairs, Tony and Killmonger, and they have a heart-to-heart about their losing their fathers and one. They know what that's like and stuff.
Yeah.
But then they have Killmonger starts talking about his MIT thesis about how he started a Project Liberator.
Yeah.
And he almost had it, but he just couldn't crack the interface.
That's
if
right.
only there was someone who knows a lot about AI and like interfacing that. If only
Who basically created a supercomputer that could. Hey, you didn't have Jarvis.
Oh my god!
Wow, Tony, one unsuspecting piece of the puzzle for you to have.
Just fell into your lap right there. Jarvis, scan the MIT database for Project Liberator. Thank you very much.
What a good coincidence.
Good coincidence.
Actually, you know what? Now that we're laying it out like this, I'm gonna downgrade this episode a bit. It is a bit too like, and I get the whole point is he's a villain and he's engineered this stuff, but it's a bit much.
Yeah, a bit much. Thing is, if it was, I feel like they actually did make him like a genius.
They did. Way too much of a
Part of me
genius.
was like, maybe all of this was orchestrated. He's
Yeah.
not actually a genius. He knows the right words to get him to this point. But
Like-
after a while, it's gonna fall apart. It's gonna be like, okay, together we'll make this robot. I don't know the first thing about it.
Like that's the
I
thing.
don't know.
is
I don't know.
I'm okay with him being like certain kinds of a genius. Like
Yeah.
if he's got that far in special forces, like he's an athlete and maybe he's really good at like getting promotion, so he's good socially, and so he's managed
Yeah.
to manipulate Tony and Pepper and everybody into the situation. So I can totally dig that. But then he's also making mega robots and knows all about the world's underground and stuff, and I don't know, it's a bit much, isn't it?
They open up the file that he did, and it's this giant robot with like fins and stuff like that. And he's like, "Wow, bold design." And he's like, "What? I like anime. I'm a loser."
Wow.
That's what you said. That was the official quote.
That's the
right
actual
there.
quote. By the way, I'm Team Killmonger now.
You're now Team Killmonger. There you
Actually,
go.
I take it back. Not a single tentacle on that robot. Fuck that guy.
Solid point. Solid point. Didn't have a tentacle.
Get fricked.
He's not a real anime fan, then, is
Let's
he?
be honest.
Ah.
Also, what a perfect way to like find some occult designs of my favorite actor who's been in 3 of these episodes. Right? The tentacle monster.
Right there you go.
Where's the
God, they could have snuck it in as like an Easter egg. you know?
right? Ridiculous.
There you go. Yeah. So they go. Oh yeah. So this is it. But we're
happens
gonna.
now?
What does he
Oh,
say?
it's like a montage of them designing stuff, right?
Yeah, he goes, let's get some parts and some Bloody Marys and get to work. And they start working on bots. And then they get to one point where they're just eating pizza on the ground. They're like, we need a power source. Tony's like flicking his ball and is like, wait a minute. What if we were to miniaturize an arc reactor?
That sounds stupid.
That's a dumb idea.
That's a
No,
dumb
no, no,
idea.
That's a dumb idea.
Ridiculous.
And then they go, well, how about if we use vibranium? You use like a perpetual energy source,
Right.
like self-sustaining. And they go, yeah, cool. But where are we going to get that?
Yeah, the last of it was used up in World War II.
We have some here. And they put it in. It's like, oh my God, where did you get this? Oh, it pops up all over the globe. It went from being the rarest thing in existence to it pops up everywhere.
In the same sentence.
It's everywhere. Don't worry about it, guys.
In the sentence.
I think I saw some down the road. I'll just go, let me just pop down there and go grab it, you know?
There's some down the local car, bruv. It's on sale, actually. What?
So it pops up all over the globe. You just need to know where to look. And then they...
That's the look. We need more vibranium. How are we
Yes.
going to do it? I know a guy, or I know of a guy.
Yeah.
Claw.
I don't actually know his name. I just called him Andy Serkis this thing.
Oh, cool. Yeah, Gollum knows.
Gollum knows.
Muscular Gollum
Muscular Gollum.
knows.
Is he more muscular in this than anything else?
I don't know if it's natural. I don't know if he's in a suit.
Yeah, because in
kinda
this, I
feels
swear,
like
he
he's in a
looks like
suit.
he looks fucking sick. I'm like, ugh.
Whenever he's playing this character,
But whenever I
feel
see
like
him on
he's
the
in a
red
muscle
carpet,
suit.
I'm like, this guy is thin. He's nothing.
Right. I don't know. It's weird.
He's like full James, just nothing, you know?
Wow. Wow.
Anyway, yeah, so they go, all right, we're going to go to him. But they do have a little discussion before, like, how are we going to go there? Stark Industries can't be seen with, like, terrorists and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And they go, actually, we'll send Don
Rhodey.
Cheadle's character, Rhodey, to do this all up because then it'll be a military thing, like,
Yeah.
talking about... With
And it's totally okay for the military to be doing backroom deals for billions of dollars with terrorists and stuff.
Everybody knows
No, I'm
if the
serious.
CEO of McDonald's is seen with a terrorist, bad.
Bad.
However, if the President of the United States comes along, no problem.
Right.
Totally fine. Election next year. There you go. Actually, they don't happen every year. They happen every... Anyway, move on. So they go, okay, Rhodey's going to go.
Yeah.
Rhodey goes down there and he's just normal suit. He hasn't got his Iron Patriot suit
No,
because
he
it's not
doesn't.
in that
Which doesn't
timeline.
exist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he's just there and he's like, yeah, cool, I'm here to buy some vibranium. Or I've got this Dormelage spear.
Just one, Dormelage.
Dormelage, yeah, one Dormelage sword. And he goes, this is
Sword,
a...
yeah.
Oh, sorry, spear. That's the one, spear. It's $10 million. And he's like, Tony spends that on a good night in Vegas, so $10 million is nothing.
Especially when it comes to like military deals, 10 million is like, come on, let's get serious. Like, if you're just gonna throw out stupid numbers,
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, I've got a $5, should we just flip a coin for it? What's the point? 10
Let's do
million's
it.
not even worth talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, now I know you mean business. Let me show you the good stuff.
Right.
And he opens up the door that we see in Ultron, and it's just vibranium cases all over the place. Like, where did you
The
get
thing
all
about
of
the
this?
vibranium, why is it in like Jurassic Park style vials?
Yes.
What's the deal with that? Is it
Mm.
sort of like adamantium, which is like you get one chance to melt it down. As soon as it's hard, that's
Done.
it. It's set.
Indestructible.
Indestructible. So you have to keep it in a liquid state or something. Like, what's the deal with that? Seriously,
don't
does
know.
anybody know? And why is it refrigerated? It's a metal.
It's much nicer to touch when it's cold, you know?
It is very cool.
If it's warm, it's like,
It's like a warm beer.
But if you touch it, it's like, ooh, nice.
Refreshing.
Just put
I
that against my
suppose.
skin.
I suppose they're in like the middle of Africa or something, aren't they?
True.
So you want the big refrigerators so you can pick it up like, oh, it's nice. Oh,
Oh God.
oh, just cooling my neck with $10 billion of vibranium, the rarest metal that I have an entire stash
Do you know what?
shipping container full of.
That sounds like something that he would do. He'd be like, you know,
Oh,
what?
100%.
I'm fucking gonna do that, you know. Anyway, just as I open it, it closes again. They're like, "There's been a breach." Everyone's on high alert.
Right,
What's
right,
going
right,
on
right.
like that? Don Shields talking to, trying to talk to Killmonger. Killmonger's not responding. What's going on? Where is everyone? And then out of nowhere, some black figure just comes in. It's like,
Yeah.
I should say, shadowy figure.
Right. There,
Sh-
yeah, I see where you're going.
Shadowed figure busting through the window, starts taking out men left, right, and center
Yeah.
before they even get a chance to see what's
Now,
going
Black
on.
Panther does kill people because he drops a dude from about 50 feet up onto a steel floor,
Listen.
unlike other heroes who don't kill people.
Listen, if that is a sly dig at Batman, I will
don't
not
know what
take
you're talking
any slander. That man does not kill anyone.
I don't know what
Okay.
you're talking about. Any hero with an animal base to their name, perfect, clean record.
Okay. Do you know what? That's okay? I'll accept that.
Falcon never killed anybody.
Never killed anyone.
Black Panther never killed anyone.
Nope.
Black Widow never killed anyone.
Nope. Hawkeye.
Ant-Man,
Well,
Hawkeye.
never
It's
killed
like,
anyone.
no.
Yeah,
A different universe, but still, my point stands. Diogo, you can get fricked.
exactly. Definitely. He's gonna be so pissed when he hears that. Oh God. He completely forgot about all the murders that were caused in the Dark Knight Rises right at the end. How he
Right.
murders the truck driver that's got Talia on the
Yeah,
bomb,
yeah, yeah.
and then Talia as well. And I'm just like, you know when he shot missiles at them? Did
Right.
you ignore that?
And 50 cal machine guns from his personal jet.
Right? And he's like, you know what? I did forget about that. And I'm like, yeah. Oh,
you did. Sorry, that was a little bit of a personal beef. Jump over to our Discord, linked somewhere, wherever we are.
We're having these arguments all the time.
We are.
Yeah, so then Black Panther then eventually goes up to Rhodey, and then Rhodey's like unloading a clip, and he's just like,
Yeah, and this is my point. How does he get stabbed?
that's a good
Oh,
question.
yeah, he has a knife.
He takes his vibranium glove,
Okay.
and then afterwards he stabs him. But does vibranium cancel out vibranium?
Well, it's like one's a lightsaber and one's nothing, because like there's a reason that they make steel swords, and then they were like, oh, we should do something so you don't get stabbed. Steel armor.
Yeah.
Like, it's why if you don't want to get shot, you wear bullets, right?
It's just wear bullets, just shoot it into like a plate, and then go peel off.
Doesn't work. I'm wearing bullets, pal.
Done. Cancel
But,
each
like,
other
I
out.
feel like if you're wearing vibranium armor, like it doesn't tear through Cap's shield, does it?
No, well, he does scratch it though.
He scratches it, but it doesn't like go all the way through, right? I guess
No.
maybe that it's a fiber weave of it.
Maybe.
I don't know, man. It just feels thin.
Yeah.
That T'Challa's like, oh, cousin, I'll just let you murder me.
Yeah, he comes in with the sonic taser thingamabob and whatnot, and Rhodey's in the way as well, and he's getting an ear full of this shit. Chadwick Boseman's character gets up and he's like, "Oh, cousin, why you do this and
Also, how
whatnot?"
does he know he's his cousin?
Straight away, he knows him. Straight away, and I thought in the movie that he didn't know until he
Because also,
told him.
he has to introduce himself
Yeah.
to everyone in Wakanda and prove he is who he is. Right? Aha. T'Challa's the
hole.
real bad guy.
Maybe T'Challa was in on it the whole time, and
Before
then
he was even born.
the death was faked. Except he did go to the Paradise Wildlife Park of Black Panthers in the
Yes,
afterlife.
he did.
Coming back to that
We
theory
will,
sometime.
Yeah, we'll circle back to that.
Anyway, comes in with the sonic taser, takes him out. Looks like he kills him in some way, even though it says it's a sonic taser. Made me think it would just incapacitate
Like,
him.
what's going on with the veins near their ears? That's
oh wait,
a weird
hold
thing.
on. My apologies. He does tase him, he knocks him out, and then afterwards he stabs him with the
Yeah.
Black Panther claws. Yeah, and it does like have like a weird vein pattern. That was like, wait, I'm such an idiot. At the beginning of Iron Man, so in Iron Man 1,
Yeah.
he uses a very small device thing that completely immobilizes people. Obadiah Stane uses it on the terrorists, uses it on Tony.
Oh, yeah.
That thing that
Oh,
turns on,
yeah.
and anyone who has those earbuds are safe.
Yeah.
And he does have those earbuds.
Good guy's apple.
Good guy. So yeah, he stabs.
T'Challa with his own glove, I guess.
I think remembering it wrong. I think he stabs Rhodey.
You're right. He
With the
kills,
glove.
and he kills the dude. He kills T'Challa with the gun.
Somehow.
and takes the glove off and stabs Rhodey and then frames Rhodey for killing T'Challa. Oh, yeah. Okay,
That's how
cool,
it
cool.
goes.
That's way better. Ignore all of that. If you have any complaints, go over to Conversations and put it in Correcting Conversations.
And also tweet the Four Pillars Network and tell them how dumb they are.
Yeah, they are
They
stupid.
are
and
stupid.
that they need to support us, the flagship show, more
Exactly.
with ownership of all of their channels.
And he uses the glove as well to open up the place where the vibranium is being kept, and he takes that out.
Yeah, yeah.
He takes that all back home, and then we have a little touching scene of like both Black Panther and Rhodey being
like, funerals,
like,
almost?
taken out from the
Yeah.
planes and whatnot, just being carried out in their coffins and whatnot. Very touching moment. And everyone wants the revenge on everyone because of everything that's been going
it's
bad.
kind of ruined because what's frickin' the general dad from the Hulk? He's still in charge.
The general guy, yeah.
God, I should know this. Why do I not know this? Anyway, no, it's gone. He's like, frickin' Wakanda, we should totally kill him.
We should totally kill. Oh, wait, I think that something else happens in between. So he, because what happens is the Tony thing happens. So he goes back home.
Oh, yes.
Immediately, and he's like, "Hey, Tony, I'm back, and look what I got for you. I got a Dormalage spear,
A Dormalage spear and a bunch of vibranium.
a bunch of vibranium." And he's like, "Oh, you thought you could trick me, but Jarvis has eyes everywhere."
Right.
And shows the scene of
Including
him killing.
in this one random gun because
Yes.
I've been planning to make my extra billion selling death porn of everyone that gets killed with my web. What are you doing, Tony?
It's gonna be like those BDs in Cyberpunk.
Yeah. Because
Um,
everybody knows and loves that game.
Everybody played that game. Everyone did. And he basically lays it out in front of me. He's like, "Yeah, I know you've been planning this all along."
Yeah.
And then he essentially locks down the room with Tony still inside.
Tony,
Bad idea. And sicks one of his murder robots on Killmonger
I feel like
with
also
the new vibranium core inside it.
it's first of all, it's their murder robot.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, unless Tony's gone through all the code, which maybe he did, maybe it's like a, oh, and by the way, there's only one person on the planet you can't hurt, and it's me code in there.
Yeah.
I know if I was making murder robots, I'd put that in.
And I'd be outside of the vicinity as well. I'd be like,
Right.
nah.
I will
Security
say,
camera watch, maybe.
he is incredibly stupid, but maybe I think like Tony doesn't have much experience when it comes to the violent stuff because he hasn't been Iron Man.
Yeah.
And he kind of assumes, look, murder robot versus dude, murder robot.
Murder robot will
So
win every time.
I'm like safe. But it felt like the guy just murdered Black Panther.
Yeah, I'd take that into account.
Right.
Also, the fight was pretty underwhelming. Like it was,
Yeah.
he got Killmonger once or twice, and he's like, "Look, he can do everything you can because you trained him. Remember?" He's like, "Well, I guess we're freestyling now." And then he just takes him out, takes out the bot.
It felt like a
I was like-
cartoon fight with a hero or like, some really powerful dude versus a robot, right? It didn't
Yeah.
feel like it had much weight to it.
Exactly. And he throws the spear across the room right through Tony Stark's shoulder.
Yeah.
And it's bad. And they do have so it's like, this was the plan all along. It's like, believe it or not, Tony, I would have liked for you not to have died in all of this.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, it's hard to believe when you kind of got a spear through my shoulder.
Right.
But we'll give it that. Takes off his shirt. Even in anime form, he's got gorgeous abs. Just
Yes.
They were like, we have to accurately depict Michael B. Jordan. Let's get a proper artist.
And he does the whole, this is all for us, every one of these is for a kill. And believe it or not, I don't want you to, I think he says, I didn't want to add you to this list.
Yes.
Which, I'm going to go with not over believe.
Yes.
I don't believe you, Killmonger.
Doubt.
And then he shanks him.
Pushes it even deeper, shanks him, and then he also cuts himself as well.
Again,
Give me one
hygiene
more.
practices. You've just stabbed a guy in the guts or the heart or something, and you take that same blade and cut yourself.
He's never heard of HIV. This guy is really bad, really bad.
That's even worse than sharing a needle.
You're directly going to try and share blood.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, so that happens, and then they tell us, oh my god, the Wakandans came back to get revenge for T'Challa.
And here's the proof. There's the spear of a Dora Milaje.
There is a Dora Milaje spear in Tony Stark. Forget the part that any part of the Dora Milaje and their equipment have jurisdiction wherever
Right.
they are,
In fairness,
including in Tony's body.
Tony was killed in Wakanda.
That's true.
in Wakandan airspace or whatever.
Technically, that's
It's true.
that section is the property
Of
and
Wakanda. And whenever the Dora Milaje was in the room, so was the room. So
exactly.
you know,
So he was trespassing. Good guy,
There
Dora
you
Milaje.
go.
Good guy, Dora Milaje.
get fricked, Tony Stark.
I love how we turned that into that. Yeah, and they're like, okay, what's going on with that? And then the generals, this is the point where he says, like,
Yeah.
we need to fight back. We need to get back at these guys. You have... you're going to put all of the murder bots into full production now by my order. And they're like, no, you can't do that. Stark Industries isn't a government project. So it's a government company.
General Ross.
We knew that all along.
That was bugging me so much, and I had to Google it. Oh God.
And they're like, no, the Patriot Act will take care of that, all the red tape and stuff like that. Go into full production now. And that's what they do. They go into full production of all these Liberator robots. And there's a lot of them.
Pepper freaking suspects. Like, she's straight up knows.
All the way through.
She's like, there's no way a Dora Milaje comes in here. Why would they? They don't even like America.
And it's like, oh, and they just happen to wipe all of the surveillance tapes and Jarvis's memory banks.
Convenient, right? And she even says that and looks straight at Killmonger.
Exactly.
But what are you going to do?
So then by those orders, Killmonger gets on the plane with all of the Liberator robots. They touch down in Africa, and they immediately go to Andy Serkis's character.
That's
And
right.
He's just waiting there. He's like,
Yoked
"Ooh,
Gollum.
you used all of my vibranium for good stuff. Yeah, well, no problem. It's good. We're gonna go and we're gonna start a fight.
Show me the front door.
Yeah, show me the front door to Wakanda. And he drives him all the way there. They're like, are you sure this is it? Flicks on the lights, and somehow the lights show the barrier.
The force field.
Don't know how it works. Yeah, it's there, and he goes, yeah, okay. So he gets out of the car, and he's like, okay, quick,
And
let's
he goes,
get...
yeah, okay. Yeah.
He goes,
yeah, okay.
Yeah, cool. I believe you, no problem. He goes, all right, let's get out of here, because I really don't want to have to go back in. Last time I had a bad experience.
Right.
And just he turns around and it's like, look, I told you before, looks can be deceiving. Blows his head off.
his brains out.
Killmonger kills Andy Serkis's character.
And
just
then,
loved
and this is the bit that is confusing to me, is I don't really know where Wakanda is in the fake country.
Yeah.
Because where they are, it's like in the middle of the jungle, like frickin' Jurassic Park style jungle.
Yeah.
But then he goes away and comes back on like a savanna, like a desert, like when you think African lions on the plains and shit. So he comes back on that.
I think what it is that the shield has a projection as well. So it projects a mountainous area with forests and stuff like that.
Okay.
When actually, if you go like one step inside, it's just open area.
Maybe.
I think that's what it is.
Maybe. I don't know.
I think it is because at one point in the movie and like Endgame and stuff like that, they drive right into a cliffside, it seems like.
Yes,
and then they go in and
the
it's just
plane and
open.
stuff. Yeah. Okay, cool.
So he goes in and he takes Andy Serkis's body and he's like, I am so and so of the Wakandan royal family,
Yeah.
and I've brought the killer of T'Challa to prove it.
And they can
stuff
prove
like
it, and he's got the badass inner lip
that. Glow
tattoo,
in the dark thing. It's like,
which I feel like, when did he get that?
I've heard glow in the dark tattoos are really bad and carcinogenic.
Yeah, I've heard similar stuff.
Yeah, so I mean, cool. It looks
But
great.
maybe it's
In a nightclub, you can be
Wakandan
like, yo.
It's Wakandan like nano ink.
That's true.
And it just makes his lip super
Powerful.
powerful.
All the ladies are like,
Oh,
that
do you know
lip.
what it is? Do you know what it is? That lip is like totally resistant to heat. So when you're eating really hot food, you don't have to. You don't have that. Freaking Wakanda.
Wakanda's,
That's the ultimate
technology
mouth
is too...
upgrade, isn't it? Nanobots in the lips and stuff, in
That's
the
it.
tongue and shit.
I wonder if they can be programmed to do other stuff.
I
with the
know,
lips.
like brain freeze and shit. You know when you bite something cold and you're,
So like the
get
roof of the mouth as
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
they got
yeah.
in there as well, and they're like,
or like you don't get that shooting pain through the teeth if you get something too cold. Do you know what I mean?
that.
Make
Wakanda.
frickin' Wakanda.
They're
Let's
sitting
hear
there
it.
as well and just holding all that technology back. God damn.
Yeah. By the way, Wakanda, in case anyone was wondering, is totally the bad guys. Just saying.
Not gonna lie, like when they pushed it in the movie, I was like, yeah, okay, but you should really help people. You should really help people.
Also, and I'm just gonna throw this out there. When the movie came out, which was what 2018, 2019, let's quickly Google that. They were like, "Oh, Wakanda's really cool." Do you know who else was talking about like an ethno state with walls all around it.
Oh yeah, was it the Palestine stuff happening?
There was a bunch of stuff in Palestine. Trump's talking about this big long wall, and it was like, these guys are bad, but Wakanda, they're the good guys.
It was not a good time.
It was a bad look. It was a bad look.
I love the guys at Marvel were like, yeah, we should copy that.
Right?
The
2018, yeah. So Trump's just got in, and they're banging on about like the good guys don't help anyone outside from hoarding all the resources.
Build a wall, no one can come in.
Literally build a wall, and then not even make it so you don't even know they're there.
There's some similarities here.
It's a bad look for Wakanda if you think about it. I'm just saying.
Not good. Yeah, so he goes inside, reveals himself. They take him to the king and the queen of Wakanda.
Yeah.
And the queen and the daughter, the sister of T'Challa, is they're sus. They're like, how do we even trust him? How do we know that this was the guy? How do we know anything? We just all believe in you just because you say, oh, Wakanda.
He's just turned up. He's just turned up. Like, we all have the lip thing, bruv. Like, come on. We literally all have it. So you're not that special.
Everyone.
You say you're the guy, and like, okay, maybe it's like lip ID.
Maybe.
But like, how Glor, this guy couldn't take out T'Challa. Really? This guy? Really?
And he does have a heart-to-heart with the king himself, and the king sort of goes up to him really close and looks at him into his eyes like, you have your father's eyes. It's like, my father told me about the time that you guys would hang out in a specific part in the area that we
in
don't...
a place.
Like, you can hang out there and watch the sunrise, and he's like, you really are him.
Do you think that's the place where he dies in the movie?
Could be.
It's that cliff top, isn't it? It's very like Lion King cliff top.
Yeah. He says this thing is, oh, you are him, and everyone just like, okay, cool, we're all gonna do it.
Well, he told a story. Must be the guy.
Must be the guy.
Lip tattoo, knows a story. Exactly. Definitely the guy.
And his hair as well is to the side. It was only him.
Right.
A classic, that guy.
Right.
And he goes, okay, we believe you. It's like, welcome home. It's like, yeah, but the war isn't over because the war's coming to here.
Right.
And he basically lays it out. It's like, okay, the Americans have got these robots. They're coming, and we have to fight them off. It's like, well, how are we going to fight them off? It's like, they use vibranium in them because you got it from the Andy Serkis guy. How should we take care of it? And he goes, the one way we can do it is that we let them in. We have to lower the shields.
His sister, T'Challa's sister, whose name I swear I knew at one point, is like,
she's so funny, but I don't know.
Is like, no, this is a terrible idea. Let's not let them through our force field.
What? And he's like, the only way to do it is if we let them in and then drop the shields again once they're in. It will cut off the connection to Jarvis in their main satellite HQ and stuff like that. Like, it's an idea.
Yeah, it's an idea.
But everyone else is just like, let's not do it.
No.
Anyway, they prepare for battle because they're coming through. You can see them in the distance, the glowing lights and stuff like that. All of the Wakandans are all in preparation in case this all goes down.
Where you see like one light and then the whole thing sort of like glows.
Yeah, just like a little bit of movement and one. It was really cool.
It was a good scene.
So they go, okay, we're gonna do this. They drop their shield.
Yeah, I can't remember how he actually gets them to do that.
I think he just sweet talks them. He's just like, look, I proved I'm this, and I do this, and this is what's going to happen.
I think, I can't exactly remember, but I guess the basic pitch is we're going to have to fight these things, right? It can be 2 foot outside or 2 foot inside, but if they're inside, we still have to fight them.
Yeah.
But it might cut off the thing, and they're like, he did give us this, he is family. Like, okay, let's do it.
Yeah. And they open up the shields. The robots go inside.
Yeah.
They go, close the shields again. They close the shield, and the uplink does get severed.
Yeah.
They drop down. They power down. It's like, oh shit, it
Good
worked.
Guy Killmonger.
In it. And the sister's like, you are right. They did go.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Everyone's celebration. The king's proper like, we're going to celebrate tonight with a feast. I was like, that's the big war that you guys won right there. That's pretty terrible war right there. Just ended in 2 seconds. And then Killmonger.
Well, that's a great victory. You're like, this great war. We didn't even have to do shit. We just opened the door and then shut it behind them. We're so sick.
Bro,
Wakanda forever.
Exactly.
That wasn't the Wakandan accent. That was just whatever.
That was just shouting.
Yeah.
And then he pulls out a little
key fob,
unlocking his car. Is just like beep, beep, boop, boop. And then they all get powered back up again, except this time they're under his control.
Yeah.
And they start marching towards. They're like, well, shit.
Oh no,
it didn't work.
Blink.
He's like, Tony must have programmed a backup somehow. Right. He was also secretive and he didn't trust anyone.
That's so convenient, Killmonger.
Tony the bad guy.
Damn and blast.
Blast it.
Those damn white devils.
Exactly.
And Tony was the whitest devil, the biggest devil,
the whitest of the
whichever
devils.
Those damn Stark people.
Damn them.
That's the point. I'm like, everybody's gonna be like, bruv, you could. I feel like if we'd have gone, shit. That would have been way more believable.
Fuck, they're still coming. Oh,
Right.
But we guess we're going to fight. So the Wakandan army charge. They take out their shield things that they've
Yeah,
got, which are
they
quite
do.
cool, and they all charge in a perfect
Reminds
line.
me of episode 1
Yes.
of Star Wars. I knew you would immediately know what I meant, but yeah, it's a Phantom Menace, isn't it?
They start charging towards...
Where's Jar Jar?
Smacking into them,
Yeah.
and then the Wakandans jump on their backs with spears,
Yeah.
and it's a massive old battle.
Yeah, I think it's again, it's like a step that he doesn't need to take to become Black Panther. He goes
Yeah.
through and sort of like the point of that next fight
Yeah.
is that I assume he's made it so they won't ever hurt him, and he goes through and kind of does heroic shit.
Yeah.
Like he defeats a bunch of them, shows he's a great warrior, saves the queen, who's a general or something, I think.
Yeah, she's a general. Yeah.
Saves a bunch of like the head Dora Milaje,
Yep.
and then they do that like nod at each other, and then he goes back to fighting and does all this awesome like I'm an amazing warrior,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like trying to symbolically take T'Challa's place as like defender of Wakanda,
Yeah.
hero, and all this stuff. And then afterwards, because I also found like this fight was a little bit meh.
It was. There was enough fighting. There was the one moment, like I said to you, where it's like for T'Challa, it was like
Yeah.
gets very touching and whatnot. But then I'm like, okay, so what's the end game here? Because this is all a ruse. This is all a ruse. He's in control of this stuff, and he's destroying all
Yeah.
the murder bots. He's saving people's lives.
Yep.
So what's the part where he's gonna turn? What's the part where he's gonna take the power he gets?
And like
And
become
do
king of
this.
Wakanda, and here's the thing: there's two goals here, right? Mess up Wakanda because they really did over his dad, and then beef out the states because he has this beef with the states.
Mm.
Okay, how are you gonna do both of those?
Yeah.
Because you can't frick with Wakanda because you need a strong Wakanda to fight America.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, you like.
But is that even his thing? I don't know. To me, it just seemed like he wanted to be the king of Wakanda to...
Because, right?
I don't know what the end... I don't know
Also,
what it
like,
was.
He's got a legit claim to the throne.
Yeah.
Like, he's the nephew of the king.
Yeah.
The oldest male, which I presume it's a patriarchal system. That's how royalty seems to work.
Yeah, it
It's
would have
an
get too
ancient
complicated if they were like, we're going to do kings and queens, but not kings and queens like the way you know.
Right.
We're going to completely change it. It's actually
Right, like
democratic.
they do on Naboo, innit? We're
Yeah,
going
there
to vote
you go.
in a queen for 2 years. But so, like, he actually has a claim, and I think it's arguably stronger than, I forget the sister's name, but it's like, he's probably legit next in line.
Yeah.
Why not just turn up?
Yeah. I'm sure they'll welcome you in. You don't need to start a war. You don't need to kill
You're the
anyone.
long-lost, like, beloved nephew and shit.
I'll kill Tony because it will get me to the throne. You're already in line with the throne.
All right. It
What the
is
fuck's wrong with you?
it's very confusing.
Start a world war. A world war against
Right.
Wakanda.
And
So
then-
I can be in line with...
And then also the uncle's like, oh, we'll... not the uncle. I guess it's T'Challa's dad.
Yeah.
Baba.
Baba, yes.
Baba. That's not his name, though, is it? That's what he calls... That's
No,
like
no,
daddy, innit?
Yeah, it's like dad in Turkish as well. Yeah.
He's like, oh, you're going to be like the Black Panther, and we freaking love you, Killmonger. Let's make you the Black Panther. Here, eat this herb, and you'll be the Black Panther.
Drink the herb. He's getting the initiation thing, and then he goes to the...
I freaking love this spirit plane thing.
Yeah.
It's so gorgeous.
It's like...
With those the actual Black Panthers, like
yeah, in the tree,
Yeah, yeah,
all
yeah.
of the previous Black Panthers
Oh.
there, and he walks up immediately,
it.
and Chadwick Boseman T'Challa's just like, how does it feel having forcibly taken the Black
Yeah.
Panther mantle? And it's just like, oh, utter disdain. It's like, oh yeah, okay, well, it's really, really good moment there.
It's so good, and he also says like, you're gonna get what's coming to you. It's either gonna be on your plane or this one.
Yeah,
And what I took from that is basically Killmonger, once you die, there's an ass whooping heading your way.
it's waiting for you.
It is T'Challa who knows they're beefing and doesn't consider you. You murdered him,
Yeah,
and at the end of the day, he's freaking T'Challa.
yeah.
Like, even if you're both Black Panthers, my money's on T'Challa.
Yeah.
If T'Challa wants you dead,
I'm putting it down.
my money, I'll double or nothing T'Challa to take Killmonger's head. Like
If you kill in the afterlife, where do you go from there? The afterlife,
the
probably.
before life.
The before life,
You just go back. You're back to life.
you resurrect. It's like, he's risen. He gets another dose of the Black Panther thing. He never dies again. There you go. T'Challa's like, this was a bad idea.
Yeah, shit. I didn't think this one through. Anyway, I love that scene. I also think that's such a gorgeous thing. It was actually my favorite scene in the movie
That
as
was,
well.
yeah.
So good. So good.
And then it's immediately followed by crap because it goes to Pepper Potts in Stark Industries. She walks into her office and this little sister's there, and she's like, "I've come to help you." And you find in the actress's name.
I am. I need to freaking know. I need
what
to.
her name is.
Shuri.
Shuri
is the name of the sister.
Okay, so Shuri's waiting there as a young little girl, and she's like, "I think we can try and help each other," and passes like a, I guess, surveillance tablet and shows Killmonger in a picture. I'm guessing it's footage of like killing Tony.
I guess.
And we don't. It doesn't move or anything, but I guess saying that.
The thing is, like, canonically, Shuri is like intellectually, easily Tony's equal. Yeah. She's like a hyper genius for Wakanda. That's like being a hyper genius in space, you know. Like she'd be a genius on any planet, basically.
I imagine in Endgame, it was almost pitched like she was a bit smarter, or at least in some areas, because they were like, "Why didn't you tie the Mind Stone to Thing's body like sequentially instead of?"
And then
like,
there's a couple of things. One, I actually think it's a bit heavy-handed because she's too young to cope with Tony's experience, even if she's smarter and stuff and lived in Wakanda. Tony has way more experience. And I hated her character in the movies. She's just too like up herself. I didn't like the character, and a racist.
The stuff that anyway
but so this is the thing: is they made Killmonger smarter than Tony as well, or as smart and just not have the resources, and that bugged me. Because she isn't Iron Man. She's like a 14-year-old girl. Yeah. Like if it was Tony Stark versus Shuri in a boxing match, we know who we can put our money on, right? But if it's a chess match, and that's what made Shuri an interesting character, is she needs to turn the fight into a chess match. Yeah. Whereas Killmonger, it could be either, and no matter what, he's going to stab you at the end of it. He's going to beat you in this chess match and then stab you. Yeah. Or you're going to fight and then he's going to stab you. Like, it was just a bit... Do you know what? I'm downgrading it. I thought... Because I enjoyed watching it more than I enjoyed watching the Star-Lord episode. Yeah. But thinking back on it, like, the ending's way worse.
Ending's way worse. She just shows her this thing. It's like, I knew. And I'm like, what are they going to do with this information? And
then it's like they go... I think the final scene is they have a feast in Wakanda, and he's like, "You're going to do really good here, Killmonger," and then it ends. Just something like that. It wasn't very good. The ending, at least.
Anyway, that was episode 6 of What If, guys. Yeah. Hope you guys at least enjoyed it, because whether or not we enjoy it doesn't matter. If you enjoy it, it's cool. No problem. We have no problems with that. We just think that you're all idiots. No problem.
You are. It's true, because a bunch of you like episodes that aren't any good.
Yeah, it's tough to believe anything you guys say, because it's, you don't have any good taste.
It's true. You have no good taste and no good takes, and we can prove that because a bunch of you are our patrons. So,
proof right there, proof. All right, I'm going to double check to see. Sorry, I should have had these pages open.
I was also getting up because I didn't have Discord open.
It might take a while. We're going to see what's going to happen just here.
Super professional.
Super duper
just like once, get everybody talk amongst yourselves.
Talk to myself for just a few seconds.
Like, which freaking room are we in?
Movie club right here.
Oh, yeah.
Stream club. Okay, so...
we haven't done a movie club in years and we still have...
It's still got the name there. Alpha Aquila writes in, he goes... Killmonger keeps mentioning the 10 rings, but we don't need to have seen Shang-Chi before this episode to understand what's going on. So that's good. Does he?
What?
I still haven't seen Shang-Chi.
I haven't seen it either. I hear really good things.
I'm so embarrassed by that, because I want to go see it. I just haven't had the time to go see it. It's really fucking bad. But yeah, people say good things about it. We'll see. I didn't hear any 10 rings mentioned, though.
I didn't, but maybe we missed it.
This episode wasn't good enough for me to come back to rewatch it in the future, which is a shame for this kind of show. It was a very boring episode, unfortunately. I'm glad we're not the only ones thinking this. I'm
going to be honest. I think the only one I will come back and watch is maybe 2. Definitely the Strange episode. Yeah. And then maybe the one where they kill off the Avengers. Where Hank kills off the Avengers. Maybe, because that was a twist I didn't see coming. Yeah,
it was quite a twist, wasn't it?
But I gotta be honest, so far I don't think I have many rewatches.
What do you think about what? Let me finish off his comment. We'll say so. There's only one direction to go after this episode, and that is in better quality following episode. Really, because this is quite low right now. Yeah. merge the start of Iron Man with the second part of Black Panther, which with some changes in events regarding the journey that we see, but change the behavior of Iron Man mainly, which makes sense, but makes for an episode which is not particularly compelling. The one thing I did like was Age of Ultron Man, Andy Serkis.
Yeah.
But that was maybe 2 minutes long.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
I was gonna say, how do you feel about What If in general overall? And honestly,
1.5 good episodes.
if it hadn't have been all of these Disney shows have been fantastic up
Yeah.
until now, I wouldn't have watched this one.
If we're comparing it to the other shows, this is dead last. This is way at the bottom. This is down for me. This is down there with the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah. Oh,
As a movie.
yes.
Like it really isn't good, except
unfortunate.
that Doctor Strange episode. I feel like that Doctor Strange episode
It was good.
could be considered up there with other stuff. Like I'd say it's easily middle of the pack for anything like MCU related.
Yeah.
Even though it's animated. I think, again, we've said this before, Into the Spider-Verse is like one of the best Spider-Man movies. It's probably top 3,
Yeah. I agree.
and obviously the best animated.
Best. Yeah.
Mr.
that's what I'm saying.
56. 56?
See, he thinks he can remove the car.
Oh, yeah,
but
nah.
Still
This is what
gonna
you
get you.
This is what you get.
Fucking.
I'm going to say it. The logo is cool. I did actually this time watch the whole credits again.
It's good.
Also, I did like the best thing for me in this episode was where they put the Watcher in a lot of the stuff.
Yeah.
I just found that
Looking
fun.
down.
Yeah. Tony Stark looks a bit weird. Yes, he does, but it's okay. Straight into the dramatics. I like it. And this twist does change a lot of things. Half the MCU never happens.
Yep.
Yeah. Hold on. Who else? If there's no Stark, who else don't we get?
No, I think it's Stark is the main arc reactor. For a lot of the things. Like
He's the central point, isn't he?
he's a key character in the Avengers.
Yeah,
He's in a lot of stuff.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
all the Avengers Tower and stuff is all the Stark resources. Like without him,
That's true. He pays for everything.
He bankrolls everything. So like another guy in a totally different universe,
Yeah.
without whom you get no League of good things.
and a guy who never kills.
Oh God, you guys are so stupid. I like this episode, but I think it might be my. I like this episode, but I think it might be my least favorite. I don't have too much to say about it, so hopefully next week is better.
I'm really glad that I was not the only one. I thought this was going to be a spicy take. It was going to be a full 4 peppers. I was like,
In my head, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go back and watch the T'Challa or Star-Lord episode and
Yeah.
this one again and see which one I think is worse. Because I think actually one of these two is worst.
What it is that I get it. The T'Challa is Star-Lord episode is a crime against storytelling, where it's like it's not compelling to make it straight through like
You
that.
said it earlier this episode, right? Which is when we don't get any hero action from Tony because he never goes through any failures. You have to
Yeah.
climb the mountain to be the hero,
Yeah.
and he doesn't get that. And that's what T'Challa in a Star-Lord didn't have. No, like mountain to climb. He just won everything.
Yeah.
And we didn't even see it. We were told, he just wins everything.
Yeah.
And that made him really boring. And this one was kind of the same, but in reverse.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
One of these two, I think, is the worst so far.
Yeah.
And which is such a pity because T'Challa's so good, and we're getting Chadwick Boseman in.
It sucks because it's the T'Challa, not T'Challa focus one. T'Challa.
No, I know what you mean.
The one that he's involved in.
Yeah.
And we're like, such a good character voiced by such a great guy.
It's actually really annoying me.
It's really annoying. Diogo writes in and he says, that was alright. I don't have much to say, to be honest. I wouldn't say it's up there in my favourites, but it's also not near the bottom. I guess, if anything, I was waiting for the episode to really hit its stride, and it never did. That's why I said towards the end it was getting there, and then it just went, see you
Yeah,
later.
towards the end, it felt like it was into the start of the second act. You're like, okay, he's done all this, and now what? End. It was done, yeah. T, we're going to the danger zone.
T? Oh my god, oh my god. You're like this episode in all of the people in our community.
Wow.
Right at the bottom.
It's true because he's a shit take on it as well.
Okay, go on.
Loved it.
Oh, there we go.
The Killmonger theme and him being a badass. I feel like the show should have been longer. Wait.
Should have longer episodes, I think he's trying to say.
Should have longer episodes than 30
Yeah.
minutes because they feel rushed. I also love the little detail of him saying he loves anime like Michael B. Jordan does in real life. See, this is the thing. Michael B. Jordan is way cooler than Killmonger.
It sucks that Michael B. Jordan likes anime because it really goes against everything I have against anime, and the guy is so fucking cool. And it's just like, God damn it, it's
just
like
feel
justifying it.
Do you know who else likes anime?
Who?
Freaking Samuel Jackson. Freaking Mace Windu.
God damn it.
And hentai too.
Oh, he likes hentai
He
too.
legit said that in an interview.
Did he really?
He was like, they were like, do you like anime? He was like, yeah, I love anime. And hentai too.
Oh, shit. Fucking hell, Samuel Jackson's
Yeah.
so sick.
He's so sick. He's so funny. You should find that clip. It's hilarious. Anyway, freaking Mace Windu likes anime. So you,
Objection
Withdrawn.
Withdrawn, that's the word. Withdrawn, yeah. Objection withdrawn. Yeah, T, you're down there along with your take. It's awful. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Guys, that's all of the comments that we have for this episode. Thank you all for writing in and watching along with us.
Yes.
Next week we'll be back with episode 7, and 3 more episodes after that. It'll be good.
yeah. How are you feeling about What If?
I'm not
overall?
blown away, you know.
Yeah, me
Honestly, I'm waiting for Hawkeye got announced.
Yes.
I'm
it
hoping
did,
that's going to be quite cool.
God,
Um,
I hope so because
I hope so. There'll be a bit of a gap between them. It's like the 24th of November, but I feel like that gap between What If and that is okay. But if we had completely skipped What If, it would have been like 14 weeks of nothing, and it's like nah.
I kind of feel like I hate that I'm saying this, but it kind of feels like a breather from having to deal with a kind of shit quality thing.
Yeah.
To like have a breather and like get ready for something good.
Yeah.
Which sucks because like Disney do such great animation in general, but they haven't done it with the MCU.
Yeah.
And there's some great MCU stuff.
Which is really strange because what animation is essentially is VFX, and the MCU is just VFX.
Right, exactly.
It's just a green screen, and then they make the movie.
That is literally what it is.
So you think they'd be the best at it?
It's really confusing to me. I will say, I do hope that we're in the best timeline, which is that the Fantastic Four stays animated and they never do any live action now because they can do it in cartoon form. You know?
Yeah, but how are they going to bring back the original thing? Come on now. Come on. Where are your ears?
Nope. Flame on. Please, Chris Evans.
Come back just for one.
Or just voice Johnny Storm, innit? Wouldn't that be sick? Anyway.
Anyway, guys, thank you all for tuning in for another episode. We'll catch you all next week, and bro, I'll catch you next week as well.
Our interior decorating, we need to change some
What
stuff.
if you didn't hit the microphone?
What if we put the microphone somewhere else?
That's a good point.
All
All
right,
right, see you later.
next week with updates on the microphone situation.
Updates. Bye-bye.